This is the Almost Timely newsletter for the week of December 11th, 2022. What's on my mind this week? We've been abuzz this year about the power and the potential of generative AI. This is AI that creates stuff for us, from DALL-E 2 making pictures of dogs on skateboards and crazy stuff, and Stable Diffusion creating award-winning artwork, to ChatGPT answering questions and building content. We have seen no shortage of mind-blowing demonstrations of the power and capabilities of artificial intelligence this year. And yet, at the end of the day, an awful lot of people see these tools, these demonstrations, they think they're amazing party tricks, and then they don't know what to do with the technology, right? It's like, okay, now what? Therein lies the great challenge of AI. It is so powerful and so new. People are having a hard time wrapping their brains around what the technology makes possible in practical, sensible ways. So today, I thought I'd share a couple of very practical use cases that you can implement immediately at very low or no cost. The tools I'll be using are OpenAI's GPT-3 Playground, which you can find at beta.openai.com, and GoCharlie, which you can find, we have an affiliate link, trustinsights.ai/GoCharlie. Use case number one, A/B testing on your website. Here's a snapshot of my public speaking page on my website, right, where I try to convince people like you to hire me as a public speaker. Almost all of us feel, except for like the raging narcissists, almost all of us feel a little awkward writing sales copy about ourselves, trying to convince other people to hire us. Wouldn't it be great to get someone or something else to do that? That's where AI comes in. Using OpenAI's Playground, I gave the AI some parameters. As a prompt, I said, write a public speaking page designed to convince the reader to hire Christopher Penn as a keynote speaker at their event. Incorporate the following facts: 5-time IBM champion, internationally sought-after speaker, a Google certified professional, best-selling author of AI for Marketers, a sales testimonial from my colleague Jerry Acuff, which has some very nice words to say, how I deliver talks, and benefits for the event planner. And I said, write the landing page copy with these facts in 750 words in a warm, professional tone of voice, in the first person from me. This is a fairly straightforward prompt, right? I haven't written anything really about myself. I haven't tried to phrase words about myself. I just said, this is what I want you to work with. Incorporate these details. And what does it spit out? I'm going to read this aloud. Welcome. My name is Christopher Penn, and I'm an internationally sought-after marketing keynote speaker. I'm a 5-time IBM champion with expertise in data and artificial intelligence. I'm also a Google certified professional in Google Analytics 4 and other Google marketing platform technologies. I've written best-selling books like AI for Marketers, Leading Innovation, and a dozen other books. If you're looking for a keynote speaker for your next event, you've come to the right place. As a professional speaker, I specialize in helping event planners get rave reviews from attendees. I'm passionate about teaching audiences practical takeaways and proven strategies in marketing, AI, data science, and analytics. And this goes on for a bit more. You can read the whole text in the newsletter. See, even again, unless you're a raging narcissist, even reading it out loud, it's like, it's kind of awkward. I can tell you for a fact, I would not have written the copy in this style, right? It's not how I write. But the question is it effective? My opinion doesn't matter. Do I like this text? No, I don't. It's not how I would describe myself, because I'm most of the time not a raging narcissistic jerk. Sometimes I am, but not all the time. But my opinion doesn't matter. What matters is whether this delivers results. So after you fact check it and give it the final stamp of human approval, it's ready for use. So what do we do with this? Now, in a tool like Google Optimize, I add this as my landing page copy as a variation. So I have my control, which is the original page, and I have this variation, which is the copy written by AI. And I'm going to run the test, for however long it takes, and see which converts better. Which converts better, the original page or the new page? That's a practical use of this stuff to generate text that you can test and see, can the machines do better than us? Do they, given the right prompts, can they do a better job, particularly for content that we're uncomfortable writing, or particularly for content we're maybe not as familiar writing? Can they do a better job than us? Use tools like Google Optimize. Make that determination. That is a practical, useful application of the technology to write copy we might not otherwise write, and then test it to see how it performs against our own copy. So that's use case number one. Use case number two, transformation. We have spent the last 5 years pivoting our content creation to other formats, especially video. Right? I've argued for the use of video since smartphones became affordable primary video cameras, which was like 10 years ago now. These things, right? I'm recording this right on my iPhone, are perfectly capable of shooting good enough video. In fact, the iPhone video right now is better than the dedicated, webcam video. That's why I recorded on my phone. So we've got good enough video, and there's no excuse any longer for marketers not to be creating video. However, just because something starts out as video doesn't mean it should stay as video. With AI tools, we can transform our video back into text. So, for example, I did a fireside chat with my friend Jay Baer not too long ago. We spent like 40 minutes talking about customer experience, and it's a terrific video. Go watch it. Jay had a lot to share, a lot of useful information, really good ideas. However, that information is locked into that video format, right? What Jay had to say isn't available on the web yet. So let's take that and stuff it into GoCharlie's content repurposing engine, right? There's a link to it if you want to see it, if you want to get a demo of it. There's a link in the newsletter. I put the YouTube video link in there, and was it spit out? A really nice, look at that. That's beautiful. That is a bulleted list of key points from the video. The stuff that Jay was talking about automatically split into logical sections. That's gorgeous. I can take that, pair it with a transcription. I've got fantastic content for a landing page where I can rewrite it into different formats, change the tone of voice, things like that. Think about that for a second. Have you ever been on a podcast, a live stream, someone's YouTube channel, someone's Twitch channel, and that content is just sitting locked away somewhere in that format? Now, granted, that's a good format, but it's locked away. Use a tool like this to extract that and get that content back onto your website in a more accessible way. One of the things I'm working on for the end of the year, because I always do this at the end of the year, is sort of doing a roundup and thanking people who've had me on their podcasts and live streams and all that stuff. Well, guess what? Now with this tool, I can put, here's what I talked about in this episode. So if you want to go see it, you can go watch it, or I'll embed it if it's a YouTube video. But now I have that content on my website. I can make use of the stuff that I had to say to benefit me, right? To benefit my website. If you're doing the same thing, if you're out there, if you're talking to people, reuse that content. Use these tools to get more juice out of the content you've already created. That's the thing that's important. It's already done. You already did the hard work. Now you just got to respin it. Did you speak at a conference? Do you have a video? Do you have the audio from that? Did you do an interview? Did you talk to somebody on a conference call that was, that's not confidential? Anything that's fair game that is you're allowed to reuse, stick it in these AI tools and get other versions of it out automatically. See, that's the important part. It's automatic. People have been, the biggest content creators, the Gary Vaynerchuks of the world have like a team of 31 people that are just transcribing and writing and building content all day long. And that's great if you have the budget to do that. I don't, right? I don't have 31 people following me around all day. I don't have any people following. I have the dog, but he's just hungry. But now with these AI tools, I can start to do that repurposing, that documenting of anything that's public, anything that's not under an NDA. I can start to reuse that. I did a talk at PRSA the other night, and I'm going to take that video. I am for sure going to stick it in these tools and extract that information out, because again, I did the work of showing up and talking about stuff, and I should be able to get the contents of what I said and reuse it. So these two use cases, right? These two use cases are practical. They are doable today, relatively low-cost tools. OpenAI, I'm on the $99 a month plan, but well, that's the limit I set on spend. My actual expenditures, and Katie and I have been using it like a ton at Trust Insights, and I think last month our bill was $2 or so. Go Charlie's affordable, so use these tools. They're so powerful, and you can unlock the value of the content you're already creating or content you've already created and you want to increase its value. Try these two things: A/B tests and transforming rich content into other formats. All right, what else we got to talk about this week? In case you missed it, the 12 days of data are up to day 7. Day 1 was private social media networks. Day 2 was Instagram for brands. Day 3 was Instagram for influencers. Day 4 was content republishing. Day 5 was the top news of 2022. Day 6 was press release statistics. And day 7 was most overused words in press releases. Got 5 more days to go. I'm actually really excited about one of these. It's we're going to take a look at some stuff from Spotify. So we're going to do a Spotify Wrapped of like gigantic size. To see how that goes. So I'm going to stay tuned to that. With some jobs this week, who's hiring? We have Senior Marketing Business Analyst at Refurbed, Digital Analytics Engineer at Western Governors University, Director of People Operations at Luxury Presence, Director of Algorithm Products at Path AI, Human Resources Director at Digital Prospectors, Lead Data Engineer at Royal Caribbean Group, Senior Analytics Engineer at Villiers, Senior Manager of Digital Analytics at Harnham, Senior Marketing Analytics Manager at Chewy. Now I'm sure that must be a fun job. They're a fantastic company. Web Analytics Manager at Base Creative. So lots of stuff there. In the newsletter this week, the ads, again, I decided, what the heck? Let's have AI remix the ad copy because, I want to see if it performs better. So I've had these ads running for a while on the 2023 Marketing Planning Guide, and now I'm going to remix them with AI. So the AI version of the 2023 Planning Guide reads like this. Are you looking for a way to move important campaigns out of weeks when people won't be around? Look no further than Trust Insights' new edition of the Data-Driven Marketer's Essential Planning Guide for 2023. This quarter-by-quarter, week-by-week planning guide will help you build your 2023 marketing calendar around when people are in the office or not, based on rating each week, whether that's a good week for a big campaign, neutral week, or bad week. So whether you're looking to add budget or resources to weeks when people will be around and paying attention, or simply want to move important campaigns out of weeks when they won't be effective, the Data-Driven Marketer's Essential Planning Guide is perfect for you. Don't miss your chance to get it for free for a limited time. Not bad. That's actually better copy than I wrote. So we're going to roll with that. Other articles and things paying attention here. We have how to launch a brand on TikTok. A new report showing that young users increasingly turn to TikTok for news content. Okay. Content marketing tactics to triple your sales in 2023. Hiring an SEO manager. An introduction to AI blogging. Audit industry rising to the data analytics challenge, accuracy versus interpretability for credit-related models, digging into the GDELT event schema, and Disney princesses explained. Why aren't Frozen's Elsa and Anna officially Disney princesses? That was actually kind of an interesting article. So that's the news for this week. Try these AI tools. Give them a try. I think at the very least they will stir your own creativity, spark some ideas of your own, and help you move past writer's block at the very least. And at most, they can take what you've already got and change it around, up-level it, transform it in ways that you might not have the perspective on, or you might not have the bandwidth to do. And the tools can do it for you, and then all you got to do is clean it up. But make use of these tools. We are in a period of time right now where I would call it a golden opportunity, sort of this early window when these tools, it's sort of a free-for-all. Everybody's trying stuff, and it's an opportunity for you to leverage it before everyone else catches on, right? There's a lot of buzz, but not a lot of implementation. So you have the opportunity to capture that implementation and do it well while everyone's still just talking. So give that a try. Thanks for tuning in. Stay safe, and I'll talk to you next week. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.